I want to do an update on the 783 scope problem, because I went through a video where I went and the scope moved. It slid forward in the gun as I was firing. So what I did is took the rings, lapped them out, got it correct, set everything down with Loctite, and used a torque screwdriver to torque down the scope and the mounts. And I took it out, fired it. It didn't move. What I did is measured the distance between the ring and a point here with calipers, and I also did the same thing with my compass with that discount scope I put on there. This one has some sort of weird rubber inside the ring, like rubber tape or something. And what I did is just rechecked it, torqued it with no Loctite. I just torqued it down to 15 inch-pounds, I think I put on these little bolts. And went out, fired it, it didn't move. Didn't move, didn't have any problems. For some reason, when I shifted from one cartridge to the other, I had trouble with it being way off, where the compass in this scope, it did. And I fired the military ammo and I fired the soft point ammo, and it was fairly close. This was kind of radically different. So I don't know if there's something, if the scope when it slid up and maybe it was fired a few times, if it broke something or something is wrong with the scope. It's kind of difficult to focus. I lost the instructions on how to adjust it. They were in the box somewhere, a little slip of paper. And I went to the Remington website and they don't have the scope adjustment instructions. They got the manual that tells you about the gun, but nothing about the scope. So, kind of at a point there. But what I'm going to do is when I get some time, I'm going to take it out as is and just sit down and just try to fire it using one type of ammo and see what I can get out of it. You know, it's not, I got a lot of military ammo. It's not hunting ammo, so it's kind of not a good thing to test. You want to test it with something somebody can buy off the shelf. Maybe I'll go and I do have some more Core-Lock ammo. So I'll try that before we get into reloading or using specialized ammo. Also, the problem I had with the magazine on the 783. What it was is when you put the fourth round in, it would not sit in there straight and be cocked down like this, and the bolt wouldn't pick it up. Well, what I found, I tried filing on it and working with it, and don't know if I wore it in or whatever, but when you take the fourth round, you push it down in there. See, like this here right now, you can see it's kind of pointed up. The bolt will miss that. Why it does it, I don't know, but I found my solution. I tried everything. I tried filing on it, whatever. I think it's just catches the spring or something. Take your thumb, put it here by the shoulder, and you just press down, and it just reshifts it and sits where that's straight on there, and now that'll feed. So when you load the mag outside the rifle, just shove the cartridges around, realign them till they're nice and flush and flat up against that lip and not pointed down, and the problem's gone. So that was a pretty simple fix. It's just a matter of adjusting the shells, kind of like the old Nam, tapping the magazine to make sure they're all seated back. And it works fine. So that's how I corrected the magazine problem. So that's done. But that's just where I'm at with this. Gonna do more work with all the guns, but I think I'm gonna go through also and check all the scope mounts, remount all the scopes on all the guns, you know, because it does look like they're moving, or just the way that they're on there. I don't like it. Just double check it before I get into, where you have to resight them in. But I think that's what I'm going to do. But that's it for now. We're going to do a little more shooting with the 783 and try to see. And if the scope does give me more problems, I have another generic scope just like that I got as a free gift. I'll go and just throw that on there and see how that works, So trying to keep the costs down without getting crazy and buying a $300 gun and putting a $200 scope on there to get it to work right. It kind of defeats the purpose. All right.